Good morning, class. How is everybody?
Good morning, Mr. Greenwood.
Did everybody finish up their reading from last night, the building on mental health?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, today we're just going to touch on some of the high points there. Does anyone not have the handout?
I don't have
one. Okay, here's one for you. Okay, and I've also got it up here on our board, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. So, we'll talk back into more about the lesson we were talking about. We're going to go into some more detail about mental health today and how we can further expand our knowledge on that. So one of the things we read here with Help Guide about building better mental health was looking to boost your mood, handle your emotions better, or build resilience. These 6 life-changing strategies can show you how. So one of the first things we have to do is we have to understand good mental health. So if we don't understand what good mental health is, and we don't have a good, firm understanding of what challenges and what things we may have to overcome in life, we may not have the ability to deal with our mental health and how we can move on with our mental health. So let's talk about some examples of people who are mentally healthy. Emily, do you have any examples of people that are mentally healthy?
I feel like I'm mentally healthy.
Okay, what is something about you that makes you mentally healthy? Think about your reading. Try to use something that we use there.
I just get like 8 hours of sleep a night, and I try to exercise at least 3 times a week.
Awesome, good. So exercise is a great example of something we can do to build mental health. We learned about that in our reading last night. We were talking about what are 6 ways we can do to help with mental health, and one of those 6 ways was to make sure that we have adequate physical fitness and exercise within our daily routine. So then one of the things we're going to talk about is the relationship between resiliency and mental health. So resiliency is your ability to bounce back. So I like to think of it in a real world aspect of like a tennis ball. So think about a tennis ball and a bowling ball. If I drop that bowling ball from right here onto the ground, what's going to happen?
It's just going to plop there.
Right, but is there a chance it may break?
Yes.
Okay, what about a tennis ball?
It's going to bounce back up.
Okay, so if I smash that tennis ball all the way down, flatten it completely down, and I mash the bowling ball and I flatten the bowling ball into pieces, what's gonna happen to the bowling ball whenever I lift my hand off?
It's going to stay in pieces.
Okay, what happens to the tennis ball?
It will come back up.
Right, because the tennis ball is resilient. So in life, we want to walk through our mental health journey trying to be having the resiliency of a tennis ball. So if someone takes the air out of us, or if they do something that's mean or something that's frustrating, or we are having a bad day, or something that we were struggling with, we have to remind ourselves to be like a tennis ball. We want to have that resiliency in life that, if you throw a tennis ball down on the ground, that tennis ball bounces and bounces and bounces. It doesn't just thud like a bowling ball. It will bounce and then it will bounce again. Because what is a tennis ball doing? It's waiting for someone to catch it. It's asking you, please catch me, grab me. Like, don't let me lay here. Help me. That's what resiliency is in mental health, and that's what we need to strive to do, okay? So to boost your mental health, there's obviously plenty of options here, and how to boost your mental health, which, yes, it's possible. We're going to talk about the 6 keys to mental health. Emily, do you remember any of those keys?
I can't remember any.
You can't? Okay. Well, I'm going to go over all 6 of them really quickly. So the first one, we already talked about. What did you say earlier when I asked you about it?
Exercise.
Staying active. Okay. What's another thing that we can do? Social connection, okay? Making sure you have friends. Making sure you're socially connected with people, your family, your peers. What's another opportunity you said? You already mentioned it earlier. You get 8 hours of
sleep.
Quality sleep. That's our third important thing. So the other day we were talking about nutrition. Is there something that nutrition can help whenever it comes to mental health?
Yeah, I feel like it does.
Yeah, you can have a brain healthy diet. So if you're eating something good, it helps your brain be a healthy brain, more rigid. Like you're going to get more rigidity out of your brain. You're going to have a better mental awareness based off what you're eating for foods. If you're eating a lot of carbs, a lot of heavy fats, you're going to be slower. You're going to be sluggish, right? If we're eating healthy foods with good amount of phytochemicals and stuff that can really help us through that, we're going to see our brain be a little bit more proactive. Okay. So one of the big things that I like to think about is that whenever you fuel a vehicle, we don't put 87 gasoline into a Lamborghini, right? The same reason why when you see LeBron James isn't eating McDonald's. LeBron James is eating a tailored diet that is very specific to what he needs for his mental health and his ability to grow as an athlete and deal with the stress and the challenges that he has to overcome. So going off of that brain healthy diet, managing stress. So that's our that'd be our fourth one, right?
So is that like whenever I do like a face mask or go get my nails done?
Exactly. If that is something that's going to help you manage your stress, that is a key component to making sure that you have a quality mental health, okay? And the last one is having meaningful purpose. So every day when you wake up, one of the first things I always do is make my bed, because that's a purpose for me. That lets me know that the start of my day, I have a purpose. That is my purpose moving forward. I have accomplished one goal. I now have accomplished meaning and purpose throughout my day, okay? So those are going to be our 6 helpful guides to mental health. And you know, a lot of people we see, especially in youth and in high school, especially in young men, is that they're reluctant to address their mental health. And we need to be less reluctant. You need to be more open to your peers, your social connections, and let those people that you know and love help you with your mental health journey. So we're going to move on through these 6 guidelines. So the first one, make a social connection a priority, especially face-to-face. Way too much time. We're all invested. Let me get on Twitter. All right? Let me get on Instagram. We'll scroll through a couple stories here. Got to check Facebook. Can't go to bed without checking my Facebook, right? Guys, we've got to make social connections face-to-face. Take the extra step to go see that person. Your buddy wants to grab lunch? Yeah, John, let's go eat lunch. Oh, Emily, you want to go on a date tonight? Yeah, sure. Let's go have dinner together. That's really important, guys. Face-to-face cannot be over-exaggerated enough. Staying active. It's as good for the brain as it is for the body. One of my favorite quotes that I've ever had, sorry, let me scroll in here and catch up here, I apologize. One of my favorite quotes I have is, exercise is like fertilizer for the brain. It's like miracle growth. So when you exercise, your brain creates new neurons, which allows you to have new synapses. Right? Yeah, synapses. So it allows your brain to connect to each other. I apologize, I'm a health and physical ed teacher. My science isn't great, but I'm going to get you guys where I'm trying to get you, okay? So, staying active, super good. Make sure you do it. Make sure you're talking to people. You're working out with people if you can. And that's a great opportunity. Not only is staying active important, but staying active gives you the ability to stay active socially. Make a running partner. Hey, Emily, let's go walk together. Hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Make sure you're active with your friends, okay? Learn how to keep your stress levels in check. That's going to be our next point here, okay? Talk to a friendly face. Like you said, it was a great example. If I go home and do a face mask at night, or I get my nails done, is that a stress relief for me? Yeah, and that's great. Making sure that you're using that to keep your stress levels in check is super important, because you want to make sure you're staying ahead of your stress levels, okay? Another thing we talked about just a few minutes ago was eating a healthy diet, a brain-healthy diet to support strong mental health. So let's talk about right here some options of foods that adversely affect mood. Caffeine, alcohol, trans fat, foods with high levels of chemical preservative hormones, sugary snack, and refined carbs. Boys, I love me some pizza rolls, but man, they're not good for your brain, okay? Alright, let's move on here. We'll go on here to the one we all talk about. Now listen, I know there's not a single person in here that doesn't get enough sleep. None of us get enough sleep. We all need to get sleep. We're up playing video games, we're up on Instagram, we're up FaceTiming our buddies. It is just, you guys have got to get sleep, especially at your age. At high school, your sleep levels are so important. And remember, when we talk about this, while adults should aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night, it's often unrealistic to expect sleep to come at the moment you lay down and close your eyes. Your brain needs time to unwind at the end of the day. That means taking a break from the stimulations of screens, phones, tablets, and computers in the 2 hours before bedtime, putting aside work, postponing arguments, worrying, or brainstorming until the next day. So, we'll go on to our next point here, is finding purpose and meaning in life. Okay? What gives you purpose? Relationships, volunteering, caring for pets. Got both my pups here, Misha and Walt. Gotta love them to death. And the last thing I want to talk to you all is about when to seek professional help, okay? If you make consistent efforts to improve your mental health and emotional health and still aren't functioning optimally at home, work, or in your relationships, it may be time to seek professional help. So right here, we've got these connections here, right? So we're going to talk about this stuff. But guys, I'm going to be serious with you for a second, okay? Mental health is serious. I've had too many people that have succumbed to the battle of mental health and dealing with suicide and depression. So I need you all, if you all are are struggling, reach out to me. Reach out to another one of your teachers. Go to talk to your counselors. Come talk to your principals. Talk to your mom. Talk to your dad. Talk to your best friend. Talk to somebody. You all know that my phone and email are always open if you guys need to call me. And if you can't call me, there's always a suicide prevention hotline. Okay, do we have any questions about mental health today or anything we'd like to go before I close up on our reading from last night? Okay, awesome. Let's move into our next section, okay? Thanks, guys.